think about a self-service small convenience store, right? It's in offices, hospitals, where you can go in, buy your fresh products, whether it's snacks, whether it's sandwiches, salads, yogurts.
All right, so we have the Healthy Markets by Human. The name is, first of all, so intriguing. So, welcome to the How Podcast. This is where we are excited and motivated to talk to others to basically discuss how you win, how you won, how you lose. Ultimately, you're an African American businesswoman, very successful, and you're doing amazing things. First of all, just elaborate on what you do.
Yeah, so I have a micro market vending business in Kansas City, kansascitywendingservices.com. Please go on the website. And what we do is we provide a service, right? So think about a self-service small convenience store, right? It's in offices, hospitals, where you can go in, buy your fresh products, whether it's snacks, whether it's sandwiches, salads, yogurts, any fruit, right? You pick it off the shelves, right? You get it out the cooler, and then you pay for it in the with the kiosk, and then you go about your day, right? So it's not serviced by any individual, but it is a self-service small convenience store we have.
Awesome. So what motivated this concept? What motivated this idea?
Yeah. So I will tell you a little bit about kind of my story. I actually was really sick. I got COVID and pneumonia. And I was in the hospital. And so let me back up. The couple days before I got sick, I went through IVF to freeze my eggs, because at a certain age, they tell you, okay, once you hit 35, you need to be very cognizant when it comes to your eggs and when fertility and things like that. So I literally went through IVF, and I think through that process, I guess my immune system just went down. So I got sick. I was really sick. I was in the ICU for 5 days, COVID and pneumonia. And while I was in the hospital, because you're in like a ward where no one is allowed to come see you, like you're literally in the ICU, I kept thinking about, I don't want to die like this. And I don't want to just, because I'm an attorney by training, right? And I just don't want to work for this huge company that I work for and the work that I do. I wanted more out of life. And I kept thinking to myself, what interests me? Well, I love shopping. I love food. I'm always trying to snack on something. So I was really in the ICU figuring out, because I knew I was going to live. I told the doctors, I was like, I'm walking out. I have too much going on. I just froze my eggs.
Wow.
Right? Where I was like, so, we got to unthaw them at some point and have these babies. So, we got to unthaw the eggs, right? And so I kept thinking, what can I do? And to be honest, as I was thinking about that and going through Instagram, I actually saw a reel for my mentor, Carter Cofield. And from there, I attended a couple of his courses. And I was like, okay, I need to find a business. I need to figure out what I want to do. And that's when I got into vending machines. So I started out with 2 vending machines, and then we transferred over to the micro market space. And that's really how I got started. So by having a desire to live and do more, through being really sick, having great mentorship, after I opened up my business and expanded, it's been a blessing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you love food, you love to shop. So you put it in a box.
I did,
I love it,
right? Because if you think about it, when you're in office space, it's really hard to leave especially when you're in a groove. When you're working, you don't want to leave the office, right? You don't want to leave your room. You don't want to leave your desk. And so what I wanted to do was find a way for people to still eat healthy. So we have the salads, we have yogurt, we have things like that in the coolers, right? And then we have the drinks, of course. But I wanted to provide that service that a lot of office space didn't have at the time.
Awesome. Okay. So how many do you have?
Yeah. So I have 17 vending machines, and I have 7 micro markets.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Wow. And this is Kansas City?
This is in Kansas City. Yeah.
Nice.
It's been a blessing.
Okay.
It has been a blessing. Yeah.
So you're an attorney.
Yes.
Right? So what area do you practice?
So I practice in compliance.
Okay.
So it's interesting because in my W-2 job, I work on food safety. I work on compliance, right, from a state perspective, because I have 13 states that I manage at my job. And so when it comes to the food safety, right, with my business, I take it up a level because I want to always make sure, we're providing the quality, right? We want to make sure that no one is ever going to get sick, right? We have the licenses in place. So it's really important to make sure that the quality, there's no out of date. So we really just make sure that what we're providing to our customers is a true experience. And they have a little bit of everything. Because if you think about traditional vending machines, it's only a certain amount of slots, right, that you can fit, right? There's no fresh food. Usually it's just the chips. Now you'll see I have a variety of baked, and I do a lot of just different options because I always just want to make sure that anyone, if they're on a keto diet, if they're on Weight Watchers, right, or they just, like me, that like to eat, you have an option when you come to the vending. Because a lot of times if you're on a diet or if you're doing a particular lifestyle, you might not find that in a traditional vending machine. Like if you're doing keto, you're not going to find something like that, So being very cognizant of the customers that I serve.
Sure. So what licensing is required for you to have for this type of business?
Yeah. So I will tell you, food license is really important when you're handling salads, sandwiches, and things like that. So at my company, my partner, he has the license, and so with his business, he handles that for me.
Okay.
So it's been great to have a partner who you can partner with, and where I'm not strong, right? He has me, and where I'm strong, I got him, right?
Absolutely. Wow.
So I have the food safety experience from a legal perspective.
That's amazing.
And then he has the experience in the license, right, to where he's able to cook, make the sandwiches, make the salads, and all that.
So you work with a particular
yes.
chef or
yes, I do.
provider. That's amazing.
Yeah, we partner together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does the next 5 years look like?
The next 5 years. So I'm going to be very honest. My goal, I would love to franchise my business. I would love it. I would love to see more African Americans in this space. Yes, we're really in the vending space, but I want to get us in the micro market space. So I actually wrote an ebook about how to, get into the micro market business. This business is very, very lucrative, right? You have to be in the right location. It's all about location, right? And so that's the next space for me, is to teach others how to get into the business, help others be able to afford the business. So for a traditional, let's just say vending machine, you can get that from either $1,500 to $5,000 if it's brand new. For the micro markets, for the shelving, for the kiosks, the point of sale system, the coolers, the freezers, you might spend $20,000. So there is a different price difference. However, when you think about what you're able to provide to your customers, it's apples and oranges, right?
Right.
You think about from the fresh perspective of the micro market. So it's worth the investment. But my goal is to get others involved in the industry and really grow the market.
Nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
So your name, Healthy Markets by Human, what's the significance of the human part?
So actually the name is the Kansas City Vending Services, right?
Okay.
So Healthy Human, that was basically for just to talk about, I really want to ensure the healthy piece is talked about, because when you think about vending, you just think about the chips, the sodas, the pop, right? I wanted to make sure that everybody was included. I want to be very inclusive, because a lot of times, I'll be honest, I'm always on the diet. I'm either doing Weight Watchers, keto, right? Something, right? And I wanted to make sure, because a lot of times when I'm on diets, that's when I'm hungry and I'm out, and then you see the vending machines and something that you can eat, and then you cheat, right? But I wanted to make sure that while you're out, while you're working, you stay on your goal and stay healthy, right? And so it's a journey, right? Right now, I've gained a little bit of weight, but we're going to get it off, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody is in a journey. And so the whole point of Kansas City Vending Services is to provide you, based upon where you are, we meet you where you are. So if you are only eating snacks and cookies and things like that, we have that. But if you're in a space of, no, I'm serious, let's eat some salads, then we have that as well, right? We have the fruit as well for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
So what does the franchise look? What's that process? If I'm interested in bringing the micro market to my facility, what's the steps that we'll take?
So I am always going to tell you to go to an attorney, a licensed attorney who actually specializes in franchises. So like for me, that's not my area of expertise. So whenever I get to that point, I'm definitely going to reach out to an attorney who's going to create that franchise process, right? When you go through a franchise process, you have to have an operating agreement. You really have to set the foundation and processes in place because that's what you're selling. You're selling a brand, but you're selling all the processes so that the next team that buys into, right, they already have a roadmap, and then they're able to just pretty much kind of walking in. They're not having the same mistakes that you made because you have a blueprint for them.
Exactly.
And so that's really what I want to provide. The mistakes I've made, where we've had some downfalls and just frustrations, I want to help others, get into this industry, help others in our community, and truly just excel in life. And so that's why I created the ebook, right? That's why I'm going to create some master courses and some masterminds, because I really want to help others not just have vending machines, right? Because I have several, but really get into the micro market space, because that's really where the industry is trending. Mm-hmm. And so I want us to always be ahead of the curve.
I love it.
Right? Instead of us kind of always, looking and being like, okay, well, this is where the industry going. No, we're already there.
Wow.
Right?
I love it. That's amazing. So how can we get your ebook?
Yes. Okay. So the ebook will be out soon.
Okay.
I have been working on it for a while, and I'm really, really excited. So it will be on the KansasCityVendingServices.com website. I'm going to post it there.
I love it.
And then, of course, I will have it on all my social media when I get that all up. Yeah.
Do you see mentorship in the future?
I do. I really would love to mentor. Like I said, I have an amazing mentor in Carter. He has been very helpful of helping me from a tax perspective, understand, the different, really how I can not just write items off, right, from that, but really to understand different business models, to be honest. But I would love to mentor others and get into that space as well.
Nice. Sounds good. Well,
I'm working on it.
Sounds amazing. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast.
Thank
you. As you grow, we can do it again, and we can keep continuing to put your brand out there, and just, this is a very unique item.
Yes, it's niche. It's a niche space.
Exactly,
yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And
yeah, for sure.
like you said, you identified the problem and you created a solution.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, sis, for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.